Hello everyone, I'm Anthony D'Souza and welcome to this series of videos on the exciting world of healthcare science.
Hi, I'm Preeti Ramgulam and I'm the Deputy Head of the Newborn Screening team at Great Ormond Street Hospital. So the whole point of newborn screening is to identify those babies who have not shown sign so that we can bring them in hospital as soon as possible and treatment can begin with them so that they can lead a normal life. The newborn screening team at Great Ormond Street Hospital is the biggest team in the UK. So we technically screen anything between 120 to 125,000 babies a year, which means on a normal day, the lab will receive between 500 to 800 babies tests. 1 out of every 6 babies born in the UK is screened at Great Ormond Street Hospital. We screen for mainly what we call the inherited metabolic disease. That in itself has 5 conditions. So I will just abbreviate it. So it's PKU, MCAD, MSUD, IVA, and GA1. Along with this, we also screen for cystic fibrosis, congenital hypothyroidism, sickle cell and thalassemia screening, and now most importantly, Great Ormond Street team is part of an evaluation of a new assay, which is the SCID screening. So that's severe combined immunodeficiency disease. This disease is basically when the baby has a non-existent immune system. That means the baby cannot fight with any infection. So when they're born, they will be fine. But for example, 3 to 6 months down the line, when they're exposed to lots of diseases around or virus or infection, they will get sick very quickly. And if that is not picked up at a very early stage, baby can ultimately die within a year of being born. Once a sample has been taken by the midwife, the sample is put in a special envelope, which we call the purple envelope, that has a specific PO box. That means the Royal Mail people, they will identify that sample being a newborn screening urgent sample, and they will process it as priority. And that sample will get to the lab within 24 hours. We open the envelope, we take out the sample, we rip the envelope into 2 to ascertain that there is nothing that has been left behind. Once numbered, the sample will then move from the data entry team to the technical side. And at this stage, the sample will be ready to punch for analysis. We present each sample under that instrument. The instrument has got a lens. If the sample is of good quality, the lens will focus itself, turn green, and say to the user, I'm happy with this quality, you can go ahead and punch. And what the machine also records is the lab number that we have stuck to that sample. And once punching is completed, the samples obviously then can take different pathways depending for which assay it is. So for example, for the IMD, after about 30 to 40 minutes of sample prep, the plate is put on the machine, and per baby, it takes about 1.5 to 2 minutes of analysis. So you can imagine for Great Ormond Street Hospital, where we easily screen 800 babies, so what happens, those machines, they run 24 hours. So they will be running overnight, and analysis will be complete in the morning. So when we come in, all the technician will be busy checking the results from overnight. When the technician find a positive result on the assay, they will test the sample again, confirm that positive. Our staff will let a clinician know that newborn screening has picked up this baby, and baby has to be brought into hospital as soon as possible. So if a baby is found to be positive on the IMDs, the SCID, and congenital hypothyroidism, mom will potentially know the very next day. For cystic fibrosis, which requires DNA analysis, that takes a little bit longer. And sickle cell, for sickle cell, we refer to a secondary lab. And for that reason, sickle cell also takes longer to be reported if baby is positive. Screening is not diagnostic. What we are saying is there is a probability that the baby has the disease. We're not confirming the disease. So confirmation of the condition will be done at diagnostic level. So we are part of a very much bigger community. So on a daily basis, we will communicate with midwife, commissioners, we will speak to QA people, as in quality assurance people. We also provide training to midwives and other sample takers so that we can improve the quality of sample and of course the service that we deliver to all the users. I am actually from Mauritius. I studied, I did a BSc Honours in Biology in Mauritius, and I moved to the UK after I got married to my husband. Back home, I was a teacher. I was teaching chemistry, physics, biology to O-level students and biology at A-level. So when I moved here, decided for a career change, came to the labs and started as an MLA, which is a medical laboratory assistant. And from there, I basically loved what the labs were doing and decided to pursue the career of a biomedical scientist, for which I did a portfolio and got HCPC registration. And from actually, I started in the routine lab, and then the opportunity came to with newborn screening for me to progress. I came to newborn screening and I saw the difference newborn screening make every day on any baby who is affected, and not only the baby, the family and everybody who's around, and the difference you make is very evident on a day-to-day basis, and that led me to pursue my career in newborn screening.